Hi, community group leaders and teachers. I hope y'all are doing well and having a fabulous day. Hey, I am excited. I get to introduce the Pastor's Cut to you for this week. This week we are looking at Nehemiah chapter 13. We're finishing up our True Nerve series as we look at Nehemiah 13. Now, Nehemiah 13, at a first glance, it's kind of a harsh passage. And more than a harsh passage, it's actually a passage that feels like it doesn't have a lot of hope. Nehemiah had a chance to go back to the capital of Persia, where he spent some time serving in the court. He heard some rumors that things weren't going well in Jerusalem, so after 12 years, he made his way back to Jerusalem. Well, as he returns to Jerusalem, he finds some things in pretty bad shape. He finds that one of his buddies, one of the guys from the SGT opposition, Tobiah, has made a home in the temple. What? A home? That's crazy. So not only is a guy that is not a follower of Yahweh, that cares nothing about the rules and regulations, isn't even a priest, is living in the temple. There's other people that are coming to worship, coming to the temple, but they're not worshiping God. There's people that live in Jerusalem that care nothing about worshiping God and worshiping the temple. And so the entire city of Jerusalem that he helped to build the walls for and helped to establish a community centered around the worship of God wasn't actually worshiping God. They had fallen what I learned in high school was the second rule of entropy, or the second rule of thermodynamics, the rule of entropy. Everything tends towards a state of chaos. That in our natural affairs, we naturally will lend towards a chaotic state. As much as we want to pursue the right thing, without anything to help us, keep us on track, we'll naturally go backwards a few steps. So that's what happened in Jerusalem. People had moved into the city that knew nothing about God, cared nothing about God, and so the lowest common denominator was people just stopped worshiping Yahweh in a short 12-year time span, as a matter of fact. Now, as you have a discussion within a community group, I hope you have some great conversations about what does it mean to build communities centered around worshiping of God. There's some important lessons that we can learn from this chapter about worshiping God, about finding wholeness, healing, forgiveness for our sins, reconciliation with God, and reconciliation with people through the context of community. I hope you have a great conversation about that as a group. I also hope you have some healthy conversations specifically about what do you do when someone is in your midst who cares nothing at all about worshiping God, who has radically different values than you do, in the context of community and worship, not in the context of everyday life, but specifically in the context of your community group. Is it ever okay to expel someone from that church Christian community? I've got a lot of great questions in your discussion for the week through the Pastor's Cut. I hope you have some great conversations. Certainly, I hope I can be a resource to you, but I'm praying for you to have a great group this week. God bless.